Salutations, crustaceans. I'm Lobster, and today we are reviewing the Sterling by Music Man Stingray Short Scale and comparing it to its bigger brother, the Ernie Ball Music Man Stingray Short Scale. Let's have a look. Next to me are two Stingray Short Scales, one being from Sterling by Music Man and the other from Ernie Ball Music Man, made in the USA. And today we are going to be reviewing the Sterling by Music Man Short Scale and also taking a look at the differences between this bass and its bigger brother, the Ernie Ball Music Man Stingray Short Scale. First, let's have a look at the Sterling by Music Man. This bass features a mahogany body, same type of wood that's found in the Ray 24 CA or Ray 24 Classic that we've already reviewed, except this time this has a passive electronic setup. For a pickup, you have a neodymium pickup, which is different than the Ray 24 pickup, and much more similar to that of the USA Stingrays. I believe this is the only Sterling that features a neodymium pickup. For control setup, you have a master volume, you have a three-way toggle for series, parallel, and single coil, and a master tone knob. The bridge is the same type of bridge that you find on the Ray 24 Classic, and it's a nice bridge. The body itself is a much smaller body compared to a regular Stingray, and it's noticeable. So off the bat, I already appreciate Sterling by Music Man not just recycling a bunch of parts from the SUB and marking up the price, like they do with the Ray 24. I appreciate that pretty much everything here other than the tuners is new, and the bridge. Just like any other Stingray, you have the truss rod adjustment wheel at the heel of the neck and easily accessible without removing the strings, so that's always a nice plus. And you have 22 frets on this 30-inch scale neck. This one being a maple, but a rosewood fretboard is also available. Now this is very interesting because the other Sterling by Music Man Stingrays have 21 frets, as they're more modeled after the regular Stingray as opposed to the Stingray Special. But this bass actually has 22, just like the Stingray Special and its short scale counterpart made in the USA. Though the body shapes look similar on both of these basses, they're actually a bit different. As for the tuners, they're using the standard Sterling by Music Man tuners. They're cheap tuners, they're nothing special, but they're there and they work. Now let's have a look at the Ernie Ball Music Man Stingray Special, made in the USA. This bass features an ash body as opposed to the Sterling by Music Man's Eastern Mahogany. Interestingly enough though, these two basses weigh exactly the same at 7.8 pounds. The USA bass also features a neodymium pickup and the same control layout with a master volume, master tone, and three-way toggle switch for a series, parallel, and single coil configuration on the pickup. The one big difference I noticed was the quality of the controls. The articulation on each of the controls is just so much more premium and feels very similar to that of any other USA Stingray. It just feels so smooth and good, whereas the Sterling by Music Man controls feel a lot cheaper. Now just like the Sterling by Music Man, the USA bass also features 22 frets, though the neck heel is different and this is using stainless steel frets as opposed to the nickel frets on the Sterling by Music Man. The neck on the USA bass is made of roasted maple as opposed to regular maple, and the fingerboard on the example we have here is rosewood as opposed to the maple we have on our Sterling, but a roasted maple fingerboard is also available with the other finish, which I believe is some sort of sunburst. Now before we get to the headstock, the USA bass features the Ernie Ball Music Man compensated nut as opposed to the standard regular nut that's on the Sterling by Music Man. At the headstock, you can see the beautiful roasted maple that comprises the neck of the USA bass, and for tuners they're using the Stingray Special lightweight tuners, just like you see in the regular Stingray Special. These are the redesigned Ernie Ball Music Man tuners that are especially lightweight and I believe made of aluminum, as opposed to the standard style tuner that you find on the Sterling by Music Man. Side note, you can actually buy the USA tuners direct from Ernie Ball Music Man for about $30 a pop, if you wanted to upgrade your Sterling. Now before we check out how these basses sound, I want to show you guys the back of both of these because they're actually very different, and it illustrates how different the shape of these basses are, even though they look similar at first glance. Looking at the back of these basses, you can see the differences a lot more clearly. The USA bass has a more modern contoured neck heel, whereas the Sterling by Music Man has a squared off classic style neck heel with 6 screws as opposed to 5. The cutaways and contours of the bodies are very different as well, with the USA bass being a bit more round as opposed to the Sterling by Music Man, which is again modeled after the regular Stingray. Now, one thing that stands out from other Stingrays, there's no battery cavity, as again, these basses are 100% passive, no batteries needed, which is an odd thing for a Stingray, as most Stingrays are active. The neck finishes are also very different, with the Sterling by Music Man using a satin polyurethane finish, and the Ernie Ball Music Man using their classic, I believe it's a wax finish or something like that. It's real nice. It's an oil finish. Beautiful, beautiful finish. And then they have a gloss on the headstock, which is really nice as well. Now I know you're wondering, what do these basses sound like? You guys know what you need to do. Go ahead and hit that like button so my hand will turn back to normal. Thanks. Not bad at all. This bass sounds really nice and it nails the Stingray tone. I really dig the neodymium pickup. I think it's a nice touch, especially for a bass at this price range. You really don't find that anywhere else. Now, one thing I didn't mention earlier is both of these basses feature a push-push volume knob, which enables a gain boost or a volume boost. Honestly, it changes the tone a little bit. I'm not exactly sure what it does. I know there's not much of a volume boost or gain boost. I've tried on different amps and stuff, but just, here, let me show you. Yeah, I mean, there was something, but I don't know. Either way, we're gonna not really look at that too much. Instead, we're gonna look at this 3-way switch, which enables series mode, parallel mode, or single coil mode on the pickup, as well as this passive tone control. What we're gonna do is we're gonna play these basses side by side so you guys can hear the differences between the two in all the different configurations. Let's start out with the pickup in parallel and the tone at 100%. Now, let's go ahead and set it to single coil mode. There is some single coil hum as there is no ham canceling pickup. Cancel the ham. Ham. Now there is some single coil hum because there is no hum canceling coil in the pickup. Bah humbucker. And here's the pickup in series with the tone at 100%. Not bad. Now let's go ahead and set that back to parallel and turn the tone down to 50%. And here's single coil mode. And here's series. And now let's turn the tone all the way down and go back to parallel. And here's single coil. hear series. Now let's go ahead and turn the tone all the way back up and see whether or not these things can slap. First, here's parallel. Now here's single coil. And finally, here's series. Not bad, not bad at all. And finally, what do these basses sound like with some drums behind them? So here's my final thoughts on our Sterling by Music Man Short Scale, as well as the Ernie Ball Music Man Short Scale. Now before I go any further, I know a lot of you guys are wondering, is this the Christmas bass? No. This bass was actually sent to me by my good friend Devin, so thank you so much, Devin, for sending this over and letting me have a look and compare it to my Sterling by Music Man Short Scale. So this one is actually a loaner, and this Sterling is mine, and we're going to have some interesting projects ahead for this one. I think as far as short scale instruments go, both of these basses are great options. Obviously, they're appealing to completely different price points, where the Sterling by Music Man is priced around $550, and the USA Ernie Ball Music Man is around, I believe, $2,200. So that is a big difference. However, you do get what you pay for. The Sterling is no slouch, however, the USA one is made of extremely high quality materials with stainless steel frets, a roasted maple neck, an ash body, and just quality components all around. However, at their respective price points, I think both of these instruments are great options for short scales. Though it is missing the classic Stingray preamp, either 2-band or 3-band, and instead gives you a 3-way pickup selector, similar to that of the Sterling, the USA Sterling, not the Sterling Sterling. I know it's confusing. But giving you that 3-way pickup selector as well as that tone knob opens up a completely different tonal variety versus a regular Stingray, and it's very nice. Now my one gripe, at least for the USA Stingray, is that they didn't include any sort of phantom coil to cancel out hum on single coil mode, like they do with the Sterling bass, the USA Sterling. The same goes for the Sterling by Music Man bass, but I don't really expect phantom coils in a $550 instrument. The build quality on both of these is excellent. I have no gripes. I think they're both very well built basses that are sturdy and they sound great. They both capture the classic Stingray tone, but give you a different kind of flexibility as opposed to the standard Stingray or the Stingray Classic with their 3-band and 2-band preamps respectively. So what am I going to rate our Sterling by Music Man Stingray Short Scale? Yeah! I'm going to rate this bass 4 claws out of 5. I panned the Ray 24 Classic for reusing a lot of parts from the lower end SUB. This, on the other hand, is a completely new bass. Has a different neck, different body. I don't believe there's anything carried over other than the bridge and the tuners from the Ray 24. And I don't believe there's any components from the SUB on this. So I'm glad Sterling by Music Man isn't just throwing things together from the parts bin and are actually producing some very quality instruments. So this is an excellent short scale option, especially for the $550 price point. Compared to a Squier Mustang, which is a little bit cheaper, this offers a lot more tonal versatility and much better build quality as well as quality control. In my opinion, having owned at least a dozen Sterling by Music Man basses from a variety of models, I gotta say that their quality control seems to be very consistent. The issues that I've had with all my SUBs have been consistent, as well as the quality points, where I think the build quality, the neck quality, everything around there is pretty solid, especially for the price. Now, if I had to decide between these two basses, it would be a tough call. I probably would go with the USA one. It is expensive, but it is very high quality, and I think it is a great instrument. I love USA Stingrays. Nothing wrong with the Sterling by Music Man, it's just my particular preference, but I think that these are both great options in their respective price points. Let me know in the comments below which one you would pick. Well, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, everyone. Be sure to like, subscribe, join our Discord, and leave a comment down below, and let me know what you think about my Sterling by Music Man Short Scale Stingray, as well as the Ernie Ball Music Man Short Scale Stingray, sent to us from our good friend Devin. Thanks, Devin. And as always, until we groove again.